And we are live, Mr. Gracey Show 121, I believe. 122.
121 last week.
There you go. That's why we have Mr. Gracey on here, man. I would forget every time.
You remind me every time we talk about.
I know, but I always say the wrong one. Larry, we see you in the green room, my man. We'll bring him on in a little bit. Chad, I'm going to go with our intro song.
Ding, ding.
Get ready,
Here
folks. Bobby, our producer, is stripping in the background of this show. I just don't have him on right now.
They vibe, they glow. They got the kind of spark you wanna know. Dropping thoughts like stars, watch them flow. The gracious do, oh yeah, it's true. Laughs and wisdom, all for you. The gracious too, they're breaking through. Turn it up, it's what you do. They talk the talk, it's sharp, it's real. Conversations that you wanna feel. Every word's alright, they've got that deal. The grace is true, oh yeah, it's true. Laughs and wisdom, all for you. The grace is true, they're breaking through. Turn it up, it's what you do.
Hey, did I fade out, Chad?
It doesn't. It did not fade, but that's all right. You know,
All
I'm sitting
right.
here thinking, man, we should next time I'm back in New York, we should bring that in. I'll play drums to it.
Yes.
Because right now it's
Yes.
kind of like 717.
That's true. That is true. Rock on. Great little show coming up here today, folks. We got Mr. Larry Hankin coming on. Author, actor, comedian, you name it. He's done it.
Thank him for coming back a second time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a
Be
pleasure.
fun to catch up. Got a book out. So we'll talk about that. I got some cool videos to play for you, Mr. Gracey. You know, we like to start off a little bit funny here.
Check 'em out.
I got some two chicks
Choosing
fighting.
some good ones lately. Let's see them.
Let's see if I did all right this time. Here we go.
Coming up conversation. Oh, Jesus.
Tell me enough, bitch. Come on. You're in my house, bitch.
You're in my
Give
house.
a fuck. Oh. Not hit me in the face, but you're tripping.
No face.
You better
No
quit
face.
kicking me. Remember, you're at my house.
You just smackered the shit out of her forehead.
With your face,
I know.
dude. I got 100.
No kicking, no punching in the face. What's going on here?
That's okay.
Ooh.
You kicked me in the stomach again.
Oh.
It don't matter, stupid bitch. You better quit hitting me in my face, bitch.
Oh, look at this.
Shit, okay.
Whoa, hey! Oh, dang!
Oh my god. Check it out.
Wow.
Well, that escalated.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't hear. Look at her, dude. I can't hear. She just fucking hear. Oh my.
Dude, that went from okay to fucking crazy.
What's that line in the other guys? That's that. Like it's Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
That movie, The Other Guys. Well, that jumped up quickly, or something like that. Or maybe that was no. That was actually from Ron Burgundy.
Great
Talking about
Anchorman.
The big fight, yeah, in Anchorman.
But dude, I mean,
Anyway, it's funny.
did that lady know what she was doing? She picks up a shovel and just whacks her right in the head. Like, that's going from assault to fucking murder, or you know, attempted murder.
Anchorman, yes.
Gotta love Anchorman. I got another one. Chad, have you heard this milk crate challenge, dude? I've seen a couple of these videos, and I feel like I could do it. So maybe
You
next
mean where
time
they stack the milk crates?
Yeah.
Oh, but dude, that was going around like years ago. Is it back?
Well, I'm just catching videos of, like I said, my feed's all fucked up, but I feel like I could do it. So maybe next time in New York, we'll set this up and I'll come around and try to do
I
it.
would. Yeah, I've seen too many people fall on that one. Some
Yeah.
of those videos are whack. It's like they just fucking crumple.
Well, here we go. Here's a couple for you. Oh, he's just okay, not bad. White.
I'ma give you the world, baby girl.
Oh boy.
Oh! They put the pads down, man.
Girl, you won. Now you about to go down.
Why are you just standing there? Oh, that was another head plant, bro.
Are there any videos of people successfully doing it?
I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
No, he got it too.
No. Oh, broken back, bro.
Dude.
Broken back, dude.
No way.
Ooh.
Oh. No, thank
My
you.
God. And he walks off like he's cool. He's like, I'm good.
Well, here's the next question. Where'd they get all the milk crates?
True. Oh, here's one of the
We
guys.
used to steal those for cables. Like
What do you
every
mean?
band, every local band would have milk crates with their mic cables and shit in it.
Ah, makes sense.
That was a big asset to have. Milk crates.
Yeah, for sure. But isn't that crazy, dude? Like, I feel like we witnessed some broken necks there, some chest cave-ins.
Anything like that scares the crap out of me. Ever since I severed my tricep tendon falling in my kitchen, like I don't like ice. I don't like any slippery surfaces. Like, no, I don't want to do that again. I've got trauma. I got PTSD, man.
You do. You know what I'm saying? You know, once you hurt a part of your body and realize like you're not as invincible as you once were, you do get a little PTSD from it. For sure.
Yeah, do you have a little bit from the car thing?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. But more just can't wait to get full mobility, man. That's the key. But yeah, for sure. I would have some of these if I was a tree chopper, Mr. Gracey. Some of these things, I'm like, what are you folks doing here, man? Like dangerous.
Oh yeah, these are good.
Look. Oh, right off, bro.
Oh no. There goes your ladder.
Wow, yeah. This goes this guy's house, I think. Oh. Wow. Oh. That does not look healthy. Oh, not bad, though. Oh, he's dropped another tree.
Oh.
That looks like it put him in the ground, bro. Oh, wow.
My God. Oh, my
wow. It just shows how delicate we are. Yeah, there's that house gone. Oh, Jesus. Another house gone. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is harsh.
Ooh.
Yeah, you always got to watch out for that bucking, man. No thanks.
He almost got hit with the chainsaw, bro.
Yeah. That's called bucking when that shit happens. Yeah. Not fucking bucking.
Right. Well, here's the funny part is I'm sure these people are doing this to save themselves some money. They're like, yeah, I could do this. And then either they're in the hospital or they cause their house like $30,000 in damage.
There's definitely there was definitely some professional crews in there too, though.
True.
Just from judging from the gear they had on, you'd think you never know, man. It's unpredictable what those trees are going to do.
That's true, because they had those bucket trucks and shit. Normally, normal people wouldn't have that.
Yeah, that guy that crushed his front porch, he looked like an amateur, like he was just trying to save money.
Yeah. Not to bring up conspiracy. I want to play this video and just see what you think of this, Chad.
Yeah, okay.
I've barked about this a couple times. But just the difference between these buildings, I'm not going to set up. I'm just going to play it and then we'll talk about it.
Is this Hong Kong?
Yeah. So look at that entire building, bro. And then look at the fire to the right. It's just like part of the building.
Yep, a couple
And
floors.
then
Yeah.
a couple floors. Here's the aftermath now. Our building to the right just comes down, controlled demolition. These buildings are still up.
Mhm.
And I don't know who builds better buildings, Americans or Hong
So,
Kongesians.
I mean, I had
Is there-
seen videos of this, and I was thinking about this because I've seen people talking about this.
Yeah.
The outside of those buildings was covered with bamboo scaffolding. So they still
Okay.
that's all they use still in China is bamboo scaffolding. So all those buildings were covered with bamboo scaffolding. And I'm saying that because the outside and the scaffolding burnt, but it didn't burn the
Okay.
inside very much. I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't know exactly,
Sure.
but I know a lot of people have died, unfortunately. But
So that
the
makes
fire
sense.
started on the outside with the scaffolding.
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense because I was wondering how the fire jumped between buildings, but if it had bamboo scaffolding on the outside, that would make sense how it
Yes.
yeah. Well,
In
way
China,
too
they still use traditional bamboo scaffolding for like high rises and stuff. It's nuts.
well, you're not adding to the conspiracy that we fucked that building up on our own.
I mean, I'm not denying that. I mean, that was a controlled demolition.
So I looked into so we do bring up some conspiracy theories on here, shit like that. But I did look into the Anne Heche thing, the video where she pops up out of the thing.
Yeah, out of the body bag, basically.
Yes. So it's not a body bag; it's a burn bag. So she was alive there, and she was brought to the hospital. She died days later. She was after that was like in a coma for a couple days. So that's the debunked myth. Again, is it BS? I don't know.
Freaking crazy when it happened because
Yeah.
I never saw anybody give an explanation about it. They just like covered it on the news. She pops up. Oh, look at that, and then she goes back in. No one ever like go.
Right.
I saw no one was ever like, oh, that was a burn bag. Makes sense.
The only thing that made me believe it is they were saying like body bags are usually dark blue or black. They're zipped up fully. This was kind of like a white, bag over, and it was a burn bag. So, okay, maybe. But supposedly she was working on some movie beforehand. I don't know if it was filmed and coming out, but it was about sex trafficking. So who knows?
Well, there's that whole conspiracy theory with Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington as well, that they were working on some child trafficking documentary.
Yep.
Who knows? We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, just crazy stuff, man. And you got to wonder, like, is that the case? Like, was she, on the precipice of something? Because it's just crazy that a lot of these people that like, I forget, there was a bunch of people, like you said, Chester Bennington, I think Chris Cornell, like all these people that supposedly, I think Electric Gnosis talked about it, where these people died with the hanging of themselves and stuff like that. And it's like a symbol and sign. Like,
the
these
hanging of
people
doorknobs.
Yeah, these people were about to talk about something freaky. But here's a video.
And they had Isaac Cappy, of course.
Right. You brought that up on here, and then I looked into him. That's fucking freaky.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Can you remind me a little bit about that, though?
Well, he kind of came out of nowhere. He was best friends with Seth Green forever and ever.
Yeah.
And he tells a story where he went to Seth Green's house one night, and Seth Green's talking about, just kids, I guess, little kids. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, he freaked out. And they started making these videos, and he was talking about Spielberg, Tom Hanks, all these A-list actors that are supposedly into this. And he says, I'm not suicidal. The next thing you know, he's supposedly jumping off a bridge in Arizona and gets killed.
And isn't it crazy, Chad, that nobody's looking into that shit further? Like, there's so many people that say they're not suicidal and then end up dead days later. And it's just like,
you mean like Virginia Giuffre too? Giuffre, Epstein whistleblowers. I got her book is out. That'd probably be an interesting book to read.
True. Did that come out before or after her death?
It's out right now, so I think obviously after she died last year.
Here's Mel Gibson talking about, I think, something that we're on the precipice of talking about here.
I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town
And I don't think
and
they're
about the
good.
people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in
whole
and,
place, bro.
and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them, and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time. And you think,
Freaky.
it does.
Freaky dicky.
Yeah. I mean,
Freaky dicky.
he's, you know, talking using like vague stuff, but you kind of get the gist of what he's saying, I think.
Yeah. Get the
Um,
gist, baby.
Well, let's speak to somebody who's actually been in Hollywood. Let's bring on our next guest, Mr. Larry Hankin. What up there, Larry?
Been there, done that.
He's a pro.
yeah. You gotta outgrow that stuff.
Larry, is that why you took yourself out of Hollywood? You were tired of trafficking people and being part of that crew?
I was tired of being trafficked.
Oh, there you go.
Had to remove himself from that situation.
For sure. Well, welcome back, Larry. Good to have you on again.
Thank you.
Well, it's great to be somewhere, man.
Hey,
it's just
exactly.
Anywhere.
I love it.
Anywhere but here. That's my next book. Anywhere but here.
So I think the last time we spoke, Larry, we were like in the height of lockdowns and stuff. It was, I think, 2021, somewhere around there. Have you been venturing out since they've let us out and stuff like that? Have you seen the world a little bit?
Well, actually, no. I mean, I haven't been in. I've been here. I've been here. And then every once in a while I'll venture out, but no, I've been writing.
Nice.
Not that we're going to talk about it right now, but I mean, I really have been writing. Like, I'm not kidding around. So I would notice, because Hollywood is really very social. It's built on, it's a social city, or the Hollywood that Nell was talking about. It's, you know, you just have to know people.
Yeah.
And that's how you get jobs and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know that many people. I'm not a friendly person. You know, I'm not an unfriendly person. It's just that I'm not out there, you know, I don't do that.
You're not mixing it up all the time.
I would go for like 2-3 days without saying a word, you know, just sitting here typing. Yeah. And then I would go out for supplies. It gets really, and then you just think, well, this is normal. I guess like what Mel was talking about. All of a sudden, this weirdness, you see, oh, it's normal. This is what we're doing. This is it, you know. So if I didn't talk for 3 days because I was just in the house, you know, typing or sleeping, or, you know, you think, well, oh, this is normal. Okay. And then you go out when you finish typing and you send it away and you got to go outside.
Do you get a little overwhelmed?
Yeah. I just went to a birthday party, you know, for a friend, an elder gentleman, and I had no conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I had no small talk. Every time I brought something up, it was something weird. You know, what did I say? Well, you know, it's consciousness, you know. I mean, I don't think we can handle consciousness. I think we're something I try to add to the table talk. It just, you know, it just went, wow. And I thought, yeah, I'm not with it yet. I just got to give more time to acclimate.
Well, for the headspace that you're trying to be in, though, it's kind of the best place to be. Like alone and bored is like a recipe for good creativity. So if you're trying to write,
well, it works the other way around. It's I'm alone and creative. And then when I finished off the creative, then you get bored and you've already done the creative. So you're just stuck with the fucking board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. Boredom is scary to me. I mean, it's not dangerous. It's just weird. It's just, I have nothing to do. Yeah, well, I just finished a book. I'm just like tired. I just want. So you go out and you ride your bike. You know,
Sure.
that's what you do. Or
A little exercise always helps.
Yeah, and you slowly acclimate to people. I went away. You know, these Comic-Con things. I go to Comic-Con. You know, so you see a lot of that's kind of gets you back into socializing.
Sure.
Thousands of people come and you sign your name, but also the other actors who come from all over the country, and not just from Hollywood. You know, they live other places,
right?
And so you're hanging out with at least your what do your Karas.
Yeah. There you go.
And so you can talk, and even if you get, you know, you talk a little weird because you're not used to socializing, they totally understand that. They get it, you know. Yeah, fine. They did.
It seems like, Larry, they're expecting more from people nowadays. Like you sat there, you wrote 2 books and stuff. It's like, it seems like they want content kind of cranked out almost daily from people nowadays. Are you finding that? Like
that's the human thing. That's the point I'm making about consciousness. We can't handle it. It's too much. It's overwhelming. Just consciousness. I mean, that's what we bring to the table of the universe. Consciousness.
Right.
And we're just getting, you know, it's like, okay, give me a cup of coffee, and you just pour it, and you just keep pouring, and it's going over the cup, it's going over, and you're just standing there pouring, you know. Okay. And then if you're locked away in this place called your home, and you're writing for 3 days, 4 days at a time, well, okay, the pouring has stopped, you know, and then you go outside, or you turn on the television, or you go on the internet, and it's too much. Okay, just back off, man.
Right.
Reality, just back off. Just give me a second, you know. But no, so I think it doesn't bode well, you know. I mean, animals have a certain amount of consciousness, and then they go, okay, you know, this is my area, and you know, we'll just don't come in my area, okay? Just don't back off. You can come to. Animals got it down. They know when to stop, you know.
Yeah.
Human beings are just, let's invent something else. Oh, AI? No, not AI. Yeah, let's do something more than AI.
Yeah, we're going to invent another consciousness to bombard us.
Well, no, it's we're trying to get rid of the consciousness by giving it to these machines. Yeah. Let me just rest, and you think for a while, AI. But it just, I don't know, you know.
Have you messed with any AI, Larry? Do you talk to ChatGPT at all? Have you tried to have any conversations to see?
No, because I really can't get the hang of it. You got to get the hang of it. You got, even if you want to be against it.
Sure.
You got to get the hang of being against the chat box or the social media. I mean, it's just weird, man. I guess maybe it's always weird, but I just don't see how we can keep going. See, because basically, I don't think anybody, well, maybe they do have it in the back of their mind, and that's feeding their psychosis of fear and paranoia, which is, hey, we're on this planet.
Right.
And like, well, okay, even go back to the Bible. Did Jesus, when did Jesus know the world was round? You know? And if he knew did Jesus know the world was round, not flat? Because the world was flat back then. You know, everybody thought the world was flat. Right. So God, he's the son of God. God. Is this a joke? In other words, he said, nah, they don't know it's round. Well, let's just watch this.
Wait, Larry, so you don't think
and
he took any of his heavenly knowledge about the world being
well, yeah, he
round?
kept it to himself. I think it's a put on God.
Yeah,
It's like fucking with us.
right.
That's what he's doing. He's having fun, but he didn't. No, they don't know it's round, And then, okay, so now we got it round, and all of a sudden we realize, oh man, this is it. This planet is it.
Right.
The nearest place we can go to after all this hazarai, this bullshit, is 100 million light years away.
Yeah.
If you want to go someplace else, it's going to take a couple of generations to get there.
Yeah, that's not traveling the Atlantic.
I think we all really know that way deep down, but we don't express it or talk about it. Or what we do is reality is an avoidance mechanism. That's what it is. You don't think about the fact that, animals stop breeding when except rats, they just keep breeding and breeding until they start fighting with one another. And I mean, if you keep rats in one place long enough, and they keep breeding and breeding, they'll start fighting with each other, which is kind of normal. There's not enough food or room to go around. So I just keep on saying, because that's what you think about when you're sitting and not talking to anybody for 3 or 4 days. You think about, back in the day, like Piltdown Man and stuff. I mean, we, 300,000 years ago, we had about the same brain we have now. It's just we kind of filled it out with AI and Ferris wheels, and vacation boats. Yeah. That's the craziest. I've been daring myself to just, that's like super reality. It's just games. It's a boat that you go out and you just do weird games. Hang out from the side of the boat and swing around. Yeah, because, well, what if the rope breaks? Well, we just keep going. It's a party boat, man. And it's no, man overboard. Yeah. Okay, but if you go over here, you can stand on your head and juggle with your feet. Just try that. Okay, but the guy back there, he just fell in the water. Yeah. We know. It's expected that somebody's going to go overboard.
Give me another pina colada. We'll go back and get him.
Yeah. So that's where my head goes to. Like I said, I went to a birthday party 2-3 days ago, and I had no conversation. And the host is not one to like it was his birthday, but he just he found somebody to talk to, and he just talked to him. Screw the party.
Invite all those people.
You're all on your own. No, you got to organize it. I don't have anything to talk about.
Larry, are you comfortable?
Well, I'm going to go home and write.
Are you comfortable in silence? So, like, if you're at a place like that,
I'm comfortable with me. I like me.
Sure.
I can, and I like other people. It's not like, but sometimes it's hard for me to connect it, and then there's groups that you have, your karate, and then you go and you talk with your friends. But in Hollywood, more than any other place, they like the what I call huddling up. And that I get this from being on stage with, you go to a thing. So it's crowded. You go to a TV show or a movie, you go to the set, and there's a crew of people, there's the directors, the technician, there's the other actors, and so it's a bustling place, and it's kind of a false security, but you're social. It's a social place. Making movies is really weird. It's social because there's hundreds of people walking around and carrying things and lighting things, even on a sitcom, and you got the audience coming in. But everybody has their own job. Like when I have to act, I can't pay attention to all that stuff. I just got to boop, So then there's that, and you're trying to, like, okay, when I audition, you're auditioning with about at least 15 other people, some for other roles, some for your roles. But what I have dyslexia, so that kind of gets in the way. Dyslexia, it just means that it's very hard for me to put information together really fast and then make decisions on it. I can absorb it, I get it, I see what you're saying, but it'll like take me a while to I mean, if it's complex, like a movie set where there's a lot of things going on and it's all got to fit together and everybody knows their job. So what I have to do is I have to really concentrate on what my job is, because I like to, I'm a social animal. I like to talk to people. But if I talk to too many people before I have to act, that concentration just
Sure.
And so it's people must think I'm weird when I go to audition. I try to, but everybody else is talking because I can't understand that. I wish I could.
Right.
I really wish I could.
It's
a social thing, and they talk and blah, blah, blah. And okay, Harry, you're going next. Okay, up, boom. And he puts on his acting thing and he goes in.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I have to, what they call circle, just concentrate. So everybody's talking and I'm just sitting there and people want to talk to me and I'm trying to do it, but so I'm trying to not be social and I don't want to embarrass. And I think that's kind of the world.
Yeah.
People, because we're all said, when I write, one of the things I wrote was God was talking to people, and it's a whole big story about God talking to people and his confusion about what's going on, and he's trying to like straighten it out with a human being. Well, no, I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. I had these thoughts.
Yeah.
So he was saying, well, I mean, his whole point was, that saying, God knows, God knows. No, I don't.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you that, So he says, well, what about, that's where I got where is the earth flat? And were you keeping that from us?
Right.
Or didn't know either?
Right.
He said, well, God knows. I'm here to tell you, I don't know. There's just too much to know. You people think, hey, your parents, when you were like 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, you thought they knew everything.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out, no, they didn't know everything. As a matter of fact, 90% of the time they were lying or just putting you on, pretending.
Or making it up. Exactly.
Or making it up, He says, well,
yeah.
Think of me like that. I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was going for something else. Really. The creation thing got out of hand. It blew up. It's, curdling.
These humans,
coagulating.
Humans had free will. They had a mind of their own.
That's the problem. Free will.
Yeah.
That is the problem. We don't know how to. That's really the consciousness, free will. So
totally.
That's what I'm thinking. Out there, there is other, like beings or whatever we are, sentient beings, whatever. But
I heard we're just a computer in a computer. We're a simulation. We're not even real.
Well, then there's that.
Well,
then there's that whole theory
too. But I was thinking that they've invented something. It's kind of like DDT for bugs. It's a spray, the spray can. For consciousness, to get it kills free will, and consciousness. Just spray anything that has free will and consciousness. No, man, it's too much. It's too much. It's just,
I love it.
Yeah.
You kind of bring up a point. I remember, like back in the day, they used to have like Monday morning, like around the water cooler talk, and everybody was kind of on the same page. They watched the same thing the night before.
See, that's what I do. You put your finger. I'll watch football for a week, or sports. Well, I used to be a stand-up comedian, and that's really what I did. I mean, there was no philosophy to it. I just figured out a way I could keep my sanity by flying to all these different places and talking to different people who, like, I just came back from Akron, Ohio for a Comic-Con,
Oh, I'm sorry to
And
hear that.
they are totally different than Hollywood. You forget that they don't have this bullshit talk about movies and science. No, they have family and friends talk, and there's woods there.
Yeah.
Not forests, woods. There's no woods in Hollywood and Los Angeles. There's trees, but they're all planted in a row along the, they're horticulturalized.
Set up.
Yes.
There's no woods where you're just riding along and there's just a stand of trees, all around. Some are, it was fall, so some had. You don't see that in LA. I live near the beach. It's sand and water or palm trees, in a row. Everything is in a row.
Yeah, for aesthetics.
And they have people coming around because I live on the 6th floor. So I in an apartment house here. So I look out and there's palm trees out there. But the other day I looked out and there's guys, like you saw the guys cutting down trees. There's guys pruning the forest out there.
Yeah,
that are along this. They're up on the top and they're kind of together. By the way, I thought that opening sequence was really cool with all the trees falling on the houses. No, you don't understand. No. If you're going to cut down a tree, move the house out of the way.
Right.
Exactly. Move the house.
Think. You gotta think, people.
Nobody's thinking before moving nowadays, Larry. It's all just boom.
It's just so it's hard when you go to say Akron, Ohio, and they're just people, and they're they go to bowling and stuff like that, and they go to them. So.
Wait, so they're not vampires just looking to get the next best thing from you and just something from you? They're actually people that like to.
They just want an autograph, and then they're on their way.
What I do is because it was driving me crazy. I would fly to Akron, and then I'd fly to Hollywood, but then I'd fly to Tennessee, and then I'd fly to Louisiana. So doing nightclub stuff, stand up. So what I would do is, as soon as I got off the plane in the city that I was going to be in for like at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, opening. What I would do is I would go and I'd buy 2 or 3 of the local newspapers.
Okay.
And I would just read them, especially the sports section. I would go, what football team is from here?
Oh, good.
So I would have conversation, and I would go to a bar and hang out, go to a coffee house, and just the day before I go to the nightclub, and I pick up new information and new shtick and stuff like that. But also, it just like settles me into where I am.
Yeah.
And you go to another town, and it's the headlines are totally different. They're not like the New York Times and the local papers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I can focus in. So that's what I would like to do, I guess, when I go on auditions. They have like a little local newspaper, what you can talk about this part, what everybody else is here for. I went to one audition, though. Sometimes that doesn't work. Escape from Alcatraz. I had a really big part in that. But the weird thing about it was that wasn't what I auditioned for, and that's not what I thought I was.
Oh, wow.
That's not what I thought I was auditioning for. I thought I was auditioning for a small part. So it freaked me out when I found out what was going on. I get freaked out easy, but I'm cool. I don't go.
You roll.
I don't go berserk. I don't go berserk. I'm freaked out. I just went for a conversation, and in the conversation with the director Don Siegel for Escape from Alcatraz, my agent said, just go down there. It's a big movie. It's a Clint Eastwood movie, and they're closing down the auditions in an hour. So get down there right now, whatever you're doing. Now, auditions to me, just generally, are an interruption of my day. it's something. Hey, go down there, and and they give you sides, and so, but you only have a couple of hours, and with dyslexia, I need a couple of days, really.
That's a quick question, Larry. So is that how auditions work? You just find out a couple hours beforehand, like, hey, by the way, there's an audition here. Like, you don't have a couple days with the material to kind of get into character.
Well, no, I mean, if it's a big part, and this was, in the beginning, but as the parts got bigger, another problem came up. So it was a small part, just a walk on, or you only have one scene, or just four pages, which is maybe 3 pages, which is one scene. Yeah, you can memorize it, and generally actors can do that. That's what makes actors different from other people. Generally, like the highest point of that would be soap operas. No, soap operas, they give it to you the day you're going to do the show.
Wow.
Long or short, man. Yeah, because you're on a soap operas every day.
Yeah.
So they're writing every day, so they can't give you a week ahead. You've got to do 4 days or 5 days before you get to the end of the week. So yeah, you get your part. I did some soap operas, and it it was very difficult for me.
I could imagine,
because of I need time for my inside brain. I understand what the part is. I can read it. I can tell you what it's about. But to memorize that, if you take the script away, then I need a day for my inner brain to put that information in the order it came in. Yeah. Once it gets in there, it just gets scrambled. That's why a lot of artists, it's really great, because when you scramble it, you get new different connections with the same information, and that turns you on. That's how you can write a story. You're making it up, man, but it has to be in order.
Right.
What you're doing is taking separate things and fitting them together in the right order. My head doesn't do that fast.
Sure.
That's what actors can do. Especially soap opera actors. They can just read, they can just almost scan it. Like, that's what great actors do. Like Clint Eastwood, I would watch him. He just pick up the script. I got it. Okay, let's go.
Wow.
Whoa, yeah. It just blew up. No, I need like two or 3 days.
Sure.
I have it down now. I mean, I've been dyslexic all my life. The problem was that dyslexia wasn't discovered until I was like 33.
Yeah.
They didn't know. I was just stupid. My father used to call me stupid. Hey, stupid, come here. Because oh man, I went to a therapist, and he just said, "Your father what?"
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, he just, and
it's a different time.
I was talking about my dad, and the therapist started to laugh. I mean, that was like something that blew my mind, but it's a life-changing. Somebody just says one thing and you go, whoa, and it just changes your whole paradigm.
Wait, so Larry, your parents aren't supposed to call you stupid? That they did that to me my entire life. You're blowing my mind here.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought, but I felt, guilty about it. Okay, what he would do is he just fucked up what he did was he would test me. I was learning to read, so I was a slow learner, I like to read, but I just a slow learner. So he would want me to read faster. So he'd test me, say, read this page. He said, I'm going to test you on it. Just read it. So it did take me a while. I have to read it over and over again. So I kind of, okay, he's going to test me. And he said, you finished yet? No, yet. Boom! And he hit me. Ow, hey, come on, Dad. And he'd say, no, you got to read it faster. So what I figured out was, kids' logic. I'm talking about, 7 or 8, or whenever you learn to read. I couldn't read fast enough. I would only get like maybe a third of the stuff right. But, and he would just, time's up, okay, blah, blah, blah. So what I did was I learned to scan. So I would just scan the whole thing. He said, you finished? Yeah. Now that way I figured out I could get about 50% right before I got hit. So between a third and 50 and half, I figured I'll scan. So that's what I do. And now I do it as a habit. I mean, it's just, if you give me something to read, even if I try to read it, what I'm doing is scanning.
Wow. So that's amazing, Larry. So you actually retain more by just scanning a document rather than actually physically reading word for word.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said I could scan and get more information than if I tried to read the whole page when I could only read a third before he'd say time's up.
Okay.
Got it.
So I couldn't. And if I did read the whole thing in the time he gave me, or if he gave me more time to read the whole page, that didn't mean that I retained because it was too much, and my brain couldn't put it in the right order inside. If he let me,
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was all. If he let me read it and gave me a little time, I could answer all the questions because I read it and I got calm. And that was the other thing. So the psychiatrist said to me, the therapist said to me, because I was telling him about my father, and I was telling him about, he would be testing me and he'd call me stupid all the time. And I believed him, see, because I had dyslexia. There was something wrong. I mean, I was 8 years old. So as I'm telling the therapist, he started to laugh. And I'm going, what are you laughing at?
Right.
And he would go, you don't think what you're telling me about your father, telling you were stupid, you don't think that's funny? I go, no, man, I'm sitting here pouring my heart out. I took therapy very seriously. I'm pouring my heart out to you, and you're laughing. And he goes, you don't think what you're telling me is funny? I said, no, I don't. He says, well, Larry, you're going to have to keep coming here until you do. I thought, whoa, yeah, boom, got it.
I like
there you go.
That changed that changed my way I thought about a lot of things.
Here we all thought he was being insensitive and doing a technique on you.
Yeah, he's basically saying, "Come here to you realize."
So I thought he was kind of cool. After that, I thought my therapist was really cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
But so sometimes that clicks in, but it does with actors. The really good, like Bryan Cranston, or I have worked with a lot of really A-list people. Yeah, and if you go up on your lines, like I went up on my lines because. With Bryan Cranston when I was doing Breaking Bad, and Bryan Cranston, I'm filled with awe with. I'm a fan of his. Now I don't want his autograph. I mean that's weird. Fans are weird. Fans come from another planet. They could. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm in the business. That's part of it. Okay. But Bryan Cranston is awesome because I saw him do one thing. It was a ceremony for a person who had died, but he was a big deal before he died. He was a writer, and he had given a speech one time, which became a famous speech. I don't remember who it was. It was nobody I had ever heard of, but it was famous. So Bryan Cranston, I didn't realize this. I was watching it, and it was televised. And Bryan Cranston came out. And he gave this famous speech that this person who had died wrote. Like you read the guy Lincoln's Gettysburg Address or something.
7 years ago. Don't make me, Larry.
And I didn't know this person. I never heard of the person who died, and I never heard of this speech. But he said, ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Cranston, and he just came out and he stood. He was dressed like the guy in like 50s outfit, clothes and everything. And he just stood there and he gave this speech. Now, I've talked to Bryan Cranston. I've acted with Bryan Cranston. And no matter how much I stared, it was like a 10-minute, 15-minute speech. I couldn't find Bryan Cranston. It was just this guy. Wow. It was blowing my mind, man. And he wasn't doing anything. Bryan Cranston wasn't. He just was standing there, and he was giving this speech like he was that guy.
Wow.
I mean, it was eerie.
Wow.
To me as an actor, I thought, boy, if I could get into a part that deep. I couldn't find Bryan Cranston. Okay. So I'm acting with Bryan Cranston, and I'm in awe of this guy just from that one performance. But I've seen a lot of this stuff, and I went up on my line. So he's cut. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, it's okay, fine. Blah blah blah. It was when we were doing I was selling him that big magnet that he was going to take and
Yes.
out in the junkyard.
Right.
So I was going blah blah blah, and I go up on my line the second time, and he stops and he goes, "Hey Larry, get your lines down." Not angry. You just, hey, okay, fine. All right, take 3. Blah 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 blah, and I go up again on my lines, and he just didn't say anything. But he was really angry. He was angry. Now, that's a part of his thing, the acting, the character. So I thought, well, maybe he's got that ready, and now I've given him. Now he can use it on me. But he just looked at me, and I said, "Okay, excuse me, can I just talk to the director?" So he said, "Yeah, go ahead." So I said, "Okay," and I said, "I want to talk to you. Can I?" Yeah, he said, "Come here." Yeah. So I go over to him and I say, "Look, I just went up on my lines twice, 3 times, and Bryan is really angry, and he's making me nervous now. I'm, what should I do? I don't know what to do." So the director says, "Okay, there's 2 things. Okay, one is, Larry, all actors go up on their lines at some time or another. It's normal.
Okay.
2 is, we're losing the light. Get the fuck back in there and screw Bryan Cranston. Let's go. We're losing the light."
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Boom. And he just shot that fear or whatever into a nice shot of adrenaline. I went in there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
So, yeah, but that to me was my dyslexia. Just, I was a little too nervous and it just took over, So,
yeah.
But the director was so cool. He just, bonk, just hit me with this.
Snapped you right back into it.
Bryan Cranston, get back in there. We're losing the light.
So Larry, do you find more enjoyment in writing now? Is that why you're kind of making the transition kind of from acting into writing? You find it easier to deal with the dyslexia or something?
The typewriter doesn't get angry. It just lets me erase.
Right.
Type it over.
Do you use a typewriter?
Throw it in the waste paper basket if it gets too uppity.
Yeah, sure.
It's nice. It's calming. It's calming. I sometimes, if I don't work for too long, that's why the boring thing. I don't get like bored, depressed. I don't go that way. What I do is I get a headache. I just get a headache. I think I must be really bored. If I get really bored, I just have to get a headache. But if I just sit down in front of the typewriter and start typing, it goes away.
Wow.
Well, what if it just? Oh, I see. If I don't have a focus on something, either writing, sex, or my part, I need focus.
Yeah,
that's what my brain is telling me. Hey, think of something, anything, do something, go out, ride a bike, jump off a cliff, something. Don't just sit there staring at this wall. Okay.
Well, I get amazed.
Got it.
I get amazed at people who could just sit down at a computer screen or a typewriter and just start typing and writing because.
Oh, no, I can't do that. I just have to look at the typewriter and get ready to type. And then I can, my brain already is starting to go, oh, we're going to think of something here. And then I'll just, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And a story will come.
Wow.
I'm not worried. So see, in other words, I have no fear of not writing.
Sure.
That flow is, I can go there. It'll take me a little while. I mean, like a minute or 2.
Right. Okay.
So, and then I'll get into, I guess what my dyslexia is thinking, oh, he's trying to put shit together. Let's try that. Get with him.
That's cool though.
I got a thought here and a thought there. Boom, boom. Oh wow, this will give you a great story. And then then the headache will go away. And, blah, blah, blah. And it won't come back for a while, maybe a day or two. Or so. But it's like a little signal that I'm bored. But that's as far as I go with it. The headache, and it's not. It used to be until I found out. Pardon me. What it was. That if I just focus on doing something, either I help somebody, called somebody, or I just go down and read my mail, whatever. Even wasting time is in a way of focus. I guess that's what wasting time is. It's giving you something to focus on.
Do you waste time online at all? Like, do you go on YouTube or TikTok and scroll through?
I think the worst thing for humanity and consciousness is the internet.
Social media.
I think it's the worst thing that man has come up with. And AI is going to be even worse.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's just too many choices. And it's too easy to hack my credit cards.
True.
There's that.
Because of digital,
Yeah.
I'm starting to think of just writing checks. I'm starting to throw away my credit cards and getting on the
check writing. Yeah.
But I'll go on the internet like to talk to you guys. This is a good use of it. Gives me focus, and there's information here, blah, blah, blah. But even it's something to do. It's a focus. It's just too much.
Yeah.
I mean, once I get off your program, no, I'll go to, my mail, my bank account, podcasts. I've stopped buying stuff on the internet. I just been hacked too many times. And also it's just, even if it's a scam, 90% of it is probably even more, but 90% is information I don't need.
But Larry,
not only that, excuse me?
On the real, Larry, your kid is being kidnapped in Africa and we need your social security number to let him out. So if you could just let us know that.
Oh, sure. Wait a minute. Hold it. Would you like my bank check number?
Yes, that's
Would that
necessary.
get the kid out faster? By the way, I don't have any children. But no, let's keep going.
Your nephew, maybe? Maybe it's a nephew.
But Larry, back to your creative process. Are you ever walking around and get an idea and have to sit down and get it out, or is it you have to sit down and then?
No, I think that's somebody's idea of what writers do.
Sure.
People who don't write have weird ideas about what creativity is. Creativity is like conversation. It comes up, and I was talking to a friend the other day, a buddy who I grew up with. So we can talk about anything. We're not at a loss for conversation. We can talk about anything, and then we'll agree on something, and then we'll go like that, and go all over the place with it. So I said, hey, that's a great idea. We were talking about old age, getting old, and what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to die about it. That's what I'm going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? So that I got, and then I said, and he said, what do you mean? I said, well, what we're talking about, old age. I think that's a good idea for a movie or, something, sitcom, whatever. And so then I started thinking about it I had something to think about. So I started thinking about it. And I would mention it to this person. He said, no, that's not a good idea. Okay, cool. Not for you. And that's not for you. That's the other thing about Hollywood. Not only do you have to have a great idea, you have to find somebody who also thinks it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Not everybody thinks what you think is a great idea is a great idea.
Sure.
Yeah. A lot of people think it's probably a pretty fucking stupid idea, if you ask me. And you have to deal with that. This rejection thing.
Right.
So I'm inured by the rejection I've gotten. Here's the average. It's I think it's 1 out of 10 is a general average. You audition for 10 things. I mean, and then as you get more and more popular, as you become more and more an actor, it's less and less. But in the
Sure.
beginning, it's a crapshoot, and you got to get used to it. And it took me a long time because I never wanted to be an actor. I just found out I could do it, and people, because I was a stand-up comedian, and I was an improver, which is not the same as acting. Improv is not the same as acting. People would ask me to act because they saw me improving and thinking, oh, he's a funny guy. And I thought, oh, well, here's a lot of money. It's probably the same. And it wasn't. So, but even so, I would get 1 out of 5.
Oh, nice.
I would audition because my agents would send me up for stuff that I was right for,
Sure.
But sometimes I wasn't right for it, So, but the creative process is what you were talking about is, it's sometimes I'll go for a long time. Well, I finished writing this book here, Poor Barnum's Journal. Yeah. The word poor, it's weird what people focus on about what part of your idea. Poor Barnum's Journal. I just finished it. It just came out last week, and I discovered that the reason that I was having a hard time getting it out there, I'm still having it, is the word poor. That's not a good word to have on your title. Who knew? Acting is not like book writing. Writing is not like acting. The book business is not like show business. So you have to, and it takes you a way longer time to become a good writer than a good actor, or even an actor or a writer.
You said something earlier, Larry, that I thought was kind of cool. You said acting and improv are different, and I agree with you that I think that if you're an actor, you can't always do improv. But I think if you're somebody who does improv, you could always be an actor. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I find it's you have to deal with what you're dealt, and the cards I'm dealt with is dyslexia. Now there's workarounds. I can fake it. I can do a lot of things, but the real deal is I have dyslexia. There's no cure for dyslexia. There's just workarounds or ignoring it.
Sure.
So even when I left home, I kind of ran away from my parents at a young age. I mean, I went away to college, and that was the last I saw them.
Wow.
I had a very bad upbringing. I just wanted to ever since I was 15, I just was thinking of running away. That was my whole point. Just getting out of here.
And you did it. That's kind of cool, though.
Say that again?
I said, and you did it, and it worked out for you, which is cool.
Well, yeah, but every once in a while, like for instance, I didn't get along with my father at all. And I was just talking to my sister, and we both agreed. I was talking to her a couple of days ago. But we both agreed that, Dad was just not cool at all. He's just a bad dad. So she agreed with me. But I didn't know that he was a bad dad. At 8 years old, you think it's your fault.
Yeah, you just think that's how it is.
So, but it comes up every once in a while, the dyslexia. And I either have to do a workaround, like a workaround, very simple. As the parts got bigger, I just told my agent to have them send me the finished draft first. So I would get so that was part of the contract. But everybody sort of knew that when you send the final draft to the suits so they can okay it and say, yeah, okay, go shoot it. They would send me the script too. So I'd always get the script a couple of days beforehand. So that was a workaround. Henry Winkler has dyslexia. He chose a different workaround. He hired people to feed him the lines and stuff like that. But that was because he was on the sitcom as a regular.
Right.
So he's making enough money to hire people to help him with his dyslexia.
Sure.
I just got the script earlier and worked on it harder for a longer time.
That's what
until
she said.
finally, excuse me?
I did a "that's what she said" joke. You said I worked on it longer and harder, so I had to go there.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But then when the parts started to get really big, like I was starting to get co-star, I had to turn them down because the lag time was just too long. I couldn't memorize each scene every day because it takes me a week. I even mathematically worked it out. It takes me 5 days to memorize a 4-page scene. If it's just me and another person, it takes me. I need the entire week. You know, in sitcoms, they would give you just normally you would get your part, like Mr. Heckles.
Yeah.
On Friends, I would get that a week in advance. You know, even if sometimes they didn't finish the script until 2 or 3 days before the shot.
Sure.
But you know, for me, it wasn't because of me. It was just they finished the script a week ahead. Luckily for me, and I needed the script a week ahead, so Mr. Heckle was fine. But like in a movie, I was like starting to get co-star parts where I would audition and get the part, and then I'd have to turn it down when I saw, whoa, you know, it's
30 pages. Yeah.
Well, you know, read the screenplay, you know, and then I was one, you know, cheap films, you know, 300. What is it like? They weren't weekend wonders really, but you know, shot an entire feature shot in 5 days.
Oh,
those
wow.
kind of things.
Yeah.
No way I could do it. But even bigger parts where it was like an hour TV, you know, series. No, I had it was a lead in a co-star in a TV series.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I couldn't do it. I would have to turn it down. And that's why I left.
So
I took it off. You know.
I have a question for you because Mr. Heckles was like one of the most beloved characters on there besides the 6 friends. Was there ever any talk of maybe making that a bigger part? And were you?
No, because really, I didn't get along with anybody there. I mean, I'm getting along with you guys because I like you guys, and you guys like me. So I believe, you know, because you know, and also, I watch your intro and blah 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 blah. But I never got along with any of them, and I mean, for different reasons. I think Monica, the ditzy one, you know, the one. I think that's Monica. Yeah, I got along with her fine because she's a good she's just a nice person. She's a whole person.
Yeah.
You know, she's an actress, but she's a human being.
I think that was Phoebe.
She's just, you know, conversational and, you know, blah, hello, you know, good morning, you know, oh yeah. And when we acted together, but everybody else, I didn't have anything. And then, you know, I never got along with the producers at all. I don't get along as easy with people as you people. You people are paid to get along with me.
Yes. Well, it seems like you're respecting. If somebody's not respecting you, you're not gonna.
Yeah. So I had a big fight. I wrote a book. See, this is the book about all that about showbiz. This is that guy, because everybody doesn't know my name, but they go, "Oh, you're that guy. You're that guy from that program. He's from Friends. You know that guy." But it's, you know, oh, the guy from you know, Breaking Bad. That guy.
That guy. Yeah. Perfect title.
Yeah. Well, I thought, you know, it's a better title, and it's really a good book. This has got on the back here is all the reviews. It's got incredible reviews. Everybody, it's a well-written book, but it's 45 of my biggest roles on TV and in movies. There's Mr. Heckles, there's Old Joe, there's Tom Pepper from Friends, you know, the Kramer thing. You know, see, there's certain things that if I focus on and don't because in other words, my focus far outweighs my dyslexia. In other words, it doesn't even come. I just so love this that there's no way I'm going to forget this. There's just no way. And Tom Pepper, who imitated Kramer, that was the only role where that happened, where I thought, holy cow, this is what actors must do all the time. Another, I wanted that part. I never wanted a part more than Tom Pepper. I wanted to imitate Kramer.
Yeah.
Because Michael Richards was a gift to me, but a gift to everybody. That's one of the greatest characters ever was.
Yeah.
To my mind, a secondary character, you know, not the star, but a second banana. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
The second banana. He's a great character, and it was in his bailiwick. I used to watch him on Friday, the show Fridays, and he was just I think a head in a TV screen, and he was hysterical. He would just he just filled whatever you gave him, until of course he lost it as a nightclub comedian. But anyway, we were friends. We were friends. That's why I know so much about him. I mean, because we looked alike, and we would always see each other in auditions.
Sure.
We would audition for the same parts.
Right.
We even played brothers in a sitcom about a restaurant. I don't know.
Oh wow.
And we played. I don't remember the name of it. It was a restaurant sitcom years ago. But we played brothers who robbed the place. We were going to rob this restaurant. So, you know, we got to hang out together and, you know, work out brothers things. And it was really great working with him because he knows comedy. Now, the difference, and we had arguments because he has a different value of comedy. He likes to go over the top, and I like to go under the top or under the character. I like to force the audience to come to me.
Okay.
So, but he likes to get in the face of the audience, and it works because he does it perfectly. He's got that down. He doesn't have to even try. You know, coming through the door, bah, you'll move.
Right.
Yeah.
Iconic.
How do you? Yeah. And when I was auditioning, that's all they did is tell me that Larry David. It's all he did was, you know, there was Seinfeld was at the audition, and there was a lot of people auditioning for that part. There was Seinfeld, there was Costanza in there, you know, in the audition room, in the room.
Sure.
The director. It's always, the director is, oh, you can tell always. There's always 4 people, always. But you can always tell who the director is. He's the worst dressed guy in the place.
That's how it works.
They always, you know, wearing a t-shirt, jeans, you know, old sweatshirt. He's picking his nose. That's the director. That's the director. And then there's also a guy in a suit. Oh, that's the guy from upstairs. You know, he's the finance guy. You know, he's looking out for you. Can't curse. Don't pick him. We don't like him upstairs. We don't like him. What do you mean you don't like him? He's great, man. You know, so that's a suit. And then there's the star is just sometimes there, like Seinfeld was there. Costanza just liked being there. He just liked being there. And then there was this stranger who I never met who kept on telling me, he wouldn't say anything, this stranger, this bald guy. He would just sit there and watch. And then they would say, thank you. And there's a way of saying thank you where it means get out of here. We're finished with you.
Right.
Okay. And, you know, so you go, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, could you do it again? But do it, you know, as if you had measles. Okay. So you do it that way. And this guy just sat there. And then they would say, okay, thank you. And that's a signal to thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get out. And I would go. And in Seinfeld, there was a door you came in where all the people sat. And they say, you know, and they open the door next. And then you come in. Who's next? And you sign in, you know, next. And you'd go in. But there was another door out. So you wouldn't go in the same place that you came in, go out the hall. So thank you. And as I would go to the door to go out, right before I put my hand on because I auditioned 5 times and it happened every time. Just before I put my hand on the doorknob, he'd say, hold it. Go out and come in the door like Kramer. And he would point to the door I came in with. And that's the first time he would speak. 5 times I auditioned. And every time he did the exact same thing. So he'd say, hold it. Go out the door and come in like Kramer.
Yeah.
And this is Larry David you're talking about, right?
What?
This is Larry David you're talking about?
Well, I didn't know who it was.
Oh, okay. You didn't know what his name was. Got it. Sorry.
So, so yeah, it was Larry David, but I didn't know that.
Right.
But he's telling me to do this every time. That's all he said. There was conversations and, hey, that's pretty funny. Try it like this, blah, blah, blah. But nobody said go out and come in the door. But this bald guy did. So on the 5th time, because it was pissing me off. I do it once, you do it twice, 3 times. But 4 times, 5 times. So on the 4th time, when he did it, that was the button. Boop, anger. Because I never wanted to be an actor. So all this was gifts to me.
Right.
My paycheck, no matter what it was a gift. I was a stand-up comedian.
Sure.
And this is all just for no reason at all. So I got really angry. And then he'd say, and I did it the 4th time. But I was angry. And I went out into the room where all these people are. And I came in and he said, thank you. Then he said, thank you. You go out. The 5th time he comes, they say, next, and it was my turn. So just as I was about to go in the room for the 5th time, I turned to the secretary just for some reason. And I said, look, and I was really angry going in. I was really angry. And they said to her, hey, there's a bald guy sitting on a couch at the end. He's always sitting there. Who the fuck is he? Because if he tells me to go in and come out and like Kramer again, I'm going to just cut him another asshole. Okay. Who the fuck is that? I said it just like that. And there was like 4 other people, we were at the end of they laughed, but I just read. And she says, oh, that's Larry David. He owns the show and he writes the show and then he writes the sitcom.
It's like,
okay.
So I went in, thank you. I go, hey, just go in and come out like Kramer again. You bet. Thank you.
You bet.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And I got the part. But he was that close.
Yeah.
But he's a great director, man. He gave me the greatest direction ever of anybody. And I'll tell you, but I've been directed by, John Huston, John Hughes, Vince Gilligan. I've been directed by a lot of famous directors, and even the ones I don't remember anymore. But my idea about Tom Pepper was, did you eat the raisins? Did you steal the raisins? That was the key to the character. And I did, and I wouldn't cop to it.
Yeah.
So I figured if I'm not going to cop, then I'm not going to cop, period. I'm going to be Buster Keaton, just stonewall face. I'm not going to, no emotion. So, and that would enable me to be Kramer. If Tom Pepper had no emotion, I could just, I don't have to hide Larry. Okay. So now I go through the rehearsal and the great thing about Larry David is he stands he's not the director. He just stands on the side of the director. The director is a traffic guy for the cameras. Mm-hmm. Larry David just stands there with his arms crossed and he just watches, and then he will call only the regulars, Kramer, Seinfeld, Costanza, and the girl. He would only give directions to them. And what he did was he would call them over and have a private talk. He'd say, what is it? Seinfeld, or,
Jerry.
Come here. Jerry, thank you.
Yes,
Say, Jerry, I want to talk to you. he'd pull Jerry over, and they go over, and he'd go, and Jerry goes, and he'd go back in, and they do the scene again, and it'd be funnier. And I thought, what the fuck did he tell him? I couldn't tell the difference.
Right.
So now I'm like really watching it, and he'd do it again to like Costanza. He'd say, Costanza, he'd say, Tom is the director. He'd say, Tom, cut for a second during rehearsal. Tom, hold it for a second. I want to talk to Costanza. And he'd say, cut. All right. And he'd say, Costanza, I want to talk to you. And he'd pull Costanza aside. Go back in, do the scene again. It'd be funnier. I go, man. But he would only do it. He wouldn't do it to anybody else. He would just do it to the 4 regulars. Yeah. So I was thinking, what? I want him to call me over.
Yeah.
Just to find out what is the magic dust he's giving them.
Yeah.
It would always be funnier. And then finally he said, Tom, I want to talk to Larry. And he cut. All right, Larry, he wants to talk to you. All right, come here. And he pulled me aside, and I'm thinking, oh, cool, man. It's so cool. He's going to tell me magic, and I'm going to be funnier. So, like I say, I was stone face.
Yeah.
So he comes over, and he calls me off this, and he says, and this is verbatim, and this is all he said. He said, I know what you're trying to do. And the key to that thing is the word trying.
Right.
Really got my goat.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, what do you mean trying? I either
you mean doing. Yeah.
Fuck you. I mean, that's what I had in my head. Right. But this is Larry David. I go, what do you mean? And he goes, you're trying to do nothing. And I go, holy cow, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Nothing. And in other words, he blew my mind because he read my mind, because he actually is paying attention and he knows what I'm doing. He's giving me a direction. I'm doing something. Okay. And that's in my mind. I'm going, right. But I did get excited, and I just totally dropped any kind of anger. I remember getting really excited that he actually was paying attention to what I was doing. So I said, well, thank you very much. He said, okay. And he just walked away. That was all he said. And then I do the scene again, and he immediately yelled, I want to talk to Larry. Yeah, I just was trying to say something, and he said, Tom, stop it. I want to talk to Larry. He calls me over again. And I go, oh, now he's going to lay another truth on me.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're still doing something. And he walked away.
Wow.
And I thought, that's the greatest piece of directing I've ever heard.
How funny.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to do nothing. You're still doing something.
Take it down.
Okay. I mean, that man could do no wrong for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That's like, you're going to have to keep coming here until you do. I mean, it's the same thing. It's, yes, every once in a while, I get my little jollies from acting, but really, when I was turning down big roles because of the dyslexia thing, it didn't affect me. In other words, if I really wanted to be an actor, that would be a killer. Then I would probably sacrifice my salary as Henry Winkler did and hire somebody to, it's a workaround. That's all. Is. But no matter what a director said, it never got under my skin and if I didn't get the part, that's fine. And probably that's the attitude. If you want to be an actor, that you have to really, embrace that kind of attitude of being rejected 5 times out of 10.
Right.
I'm hearing they're coming out with Home Alone 4. Kevin McAllister is Macaulay Culkin. Are you
serious?
He's the adult, and his son gets left home alone. So maybe you got to reprise your role in it and be the.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I mean, for a really cool reason. To me, okay, I'll tell you this. It's a short story. It's very short. But I didn't want to do that role. I turned that role down 3 times, and I turned it down because of ego completely. It was they said to me, listen, we got a call. My agent said, we got a call. They're shooting a movie called Home Alone. It's going to be a big hit. It's John Hughes and Chris Columbus is directing. It's going to be a big hit, no matter what. I said, well, what's the part? She says, well, it's just, it's 1 page. It's a short scene. I said, well, the hell with it then. I mean, at that point, I was starting to get bigger roles. So
sure.
And that was too small, because you got to keep building upward. That was my thinking. I'm trying to think like an actor.
Right.
And I said, no, I don't want to do it. And they called back and they said, look, we want Larry. He's really good. We want him. And I said, I don't care if they want me. It's a too small a role. I'm thinking of my career. I'm trying to build a career here. I'm trying to, do it the way the actors do to get more money. It's just too small. If it was 4 pages, okay. He says, so, and they called back again and again, the 3rd time. So they says, what is this with this? Why do they want me so much? I don't want to do a small part. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm being uppity or anything. I'm trying to protect myself. And he says, Larry, look, they'll fly you in first class. They will pick you up at the airport. They'll pick you up in a limo. They'll fly you first class. They'll pick a limo from the airport to the set. They'll have the set up for you. This is told to me by the producers. They want you. They'll have the set all set up. All you do is go in, say your 4 lines. I had 4 lines. Say your 4 lines. They'll be all set up. And then the limo will wait for you at the curb. When you're finished, you'll do 1 take. That's it. You get back in the car and you will sleep in your own bed the same night.
Boom.
Now, do you want to do it? And I say, no. And he said, Larry, they're willing to pay you $10,000. And they say, okay, let's do it. Fine.
Let's go.
Okay.
Fine with me. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm there. So that's what happened.
Right.
They
So I
rolled out
got
the red carpet.
$10,000 to do it. And I said, now I did say, why are they willing to pay me $10,000? I don't deserve it. I'm going to do it and I'm going to love it, but I'm not in that bracket. I'm not. That's what I'm trying to go to.
Yeah.
But you don't give $10,000 for 4 lines. So what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So they told me the truth. The producer, one of the producers, called me to make sure. When my agent said, yeah, he's going to do it for the $10,000, the producer, one of the producers, 2 producers, called me at my home to check to see that I really did want to do it, that the agent wasn't pulling, their leg.
Wow.
That this was real. He said, now you're really doing this, right? Because I had turned it down 3 times, and then they wanted to say, well, is he putting me on now? So I said, no, fine. So he says, okay, I'll see you here tomorrow. Okay, boom. He said, you got to shoot it tomorrow. That was the other thing. You got to shoot it tomorrow. So I said, well, why are you paying me so much money? I asked him that. He said, well, if the truth be told, Larry, we truly believe that Home Alone is cursed. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, we've been shooting for 3 days now, and it's going very badly. And it's not one thing. Nothing is working.
Oh,
and we figured we've got to change the vibe. So we were calling you in because you've done very funny stuff that we've seen.
Yeah.
And, we just need something to take the curse off. That was all. And we were hoping that, if we get Larry, he'll be funny and we can get on with making this movie.
No pressure there, Larry, right? No pressure?
Well, no, it was only 4 lines. I had no pressure at all. I was just curious, and I was glad I was getting $10,000. You can't make me nervous or think I'm being used, giving me $10,000 for 4 lines and having me sleep in my own bed. Right. No, the one thing that I thought was really great about the whole
office. I'd like somebody to go over to our house, tell them that we're coming home to get him.
Okay, let me connect you with Family Crisis Intervention.
No, it's not a family crisis.
Here we come.
Hold on.
Here's the thing.
Larry, can you pick up? There's some lady on hold. Sounds kind of hyper.
Handsome guy.
Hold on, Rose.
2.
Family Crisis Intervention, Sergeant Balzac.
I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone.
Has a child been involved in a violent altercation with a drunken and/or mentally ill member of his immediate family?
No.
Has he been involved in a household
I thought it
accident?
was.
I don't know. I hope not.
Has a child ingested
There it is.
and/or any other object has become lodged in his throat?
No,
Okay.
he's just home alone. And I'd like somebody to go over to the house and see that he's all right, just to check on him.
You want us to go to your house just to check on him?
Yes.
Let me connect you with the police department.
No, they just transferred me to you.
Rose!
Yeah.
Hyper on 2.
Hang on.
Hold on, please.
Hyper on too.
I love it.
Okay, okay. So let me just tell you that what happened.
Larry,
So
real
I
quick, was
go
your
in.
name Officer Ballsack?
Well, that was the joke. It's Balzac, Balzac, but Balzac, yes.
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, okay. So, when, I heard that the movie was cursed. That I understood. But I also asked one of the crew members when I got there, and they had the limousine, first class limo all the way, first class, and I get there. And the first thing so when the producer called me on the phone the night before, I just wanted to check to see that you're really going to do this. I said, yeah, I'll be there. So, okay. And then he said, and this was really a weird thing. He said to me, now, what kind of props do you want? So I go, what do you mean? It's just a cop on the phone. I don't understand. What kind of props can I have? He said, well, I thought, maybe you wanted to use a different phone, a cell phone, or you want a different uniform, or we don't know. I mean, we're paying you $10,000. We figured we might as well give you, carte blanche with the character. You're a funny guy. We trust you. So if you want any prop, we'll give it to you. So I'm thinking, it's a cop, right? He goes, yeah, it's a cop. Okay, give me a donut. He goes, that's what you want? A donut? And well, it's it's a cop, it's a donut. It'll be funny. I go, that's all? I go, yeah, that's all. I mean, I thought, I wasn't thinking too hard about it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all. Fine. Because I thought it had nothing to really do with the scene, so it's fine. Right. So I get there, and the producers are waiting at the curb for the limo. The limo drives up, and they both escort me. They say, "No, quick! We got it all set up. We're losing time. Everything is time is money there. Everything is time is money." So they're So just getting your copy, guys. Whoa, hold it. So they bring me to the set, and it's all set up, just like you saw it in the movie. It's all set up. There's the phone, the landline phone, everything. And I'm going, whoa. And he says, go change in your uniform. We'll shoot you and you put your back in a limo. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I asked for a donut. I wanted a glazed donut. And he goes, where is it? And he goes, look, just put it on. And he's not even thinking about that. He says, just get in your uniform and let's just shoot this. We're contracted to get you to sleep in your own bed tonight. So I said, no, I wanted a donut. Now I'm just fucking with him. Now, no, I want a donut. I wanted a glazed donut. He says, don't worry, we'll have the glazed donut. Just go get in your cop uniform. So I really rushed. I put on the cop uniform and see, I want to see, they really went for a glazed donut? Holy cow. This is fucking, okay, they really must think this is cursed. So I come back, and these rolling trays they have in bakeries, you know,
Mhm.
and there's trays and trays and trays, and they can roll it around. And they're okay. Standing next to the camera when I came back, and then the camera set up, it was lit, everything set up, just had to just sit down. So right next to the camera, they have one of these rolling trays, and on each tray, there's 10 trays, and each tray there was 20 levels, and on each level there was 30 donuts, 30 glazed donuts, 600 glazed donuts they had standing by the camera. So I said, "What the fuck, man? I just wanted one glazed donut." And he said, "We may have to do 2 takes, Larry." Ha ha, ha ha. Okay, producer made it funny. And I said, "Okay, let's just do this. I want to go home." Okay, so he says, "All right." So I sit down, and he goes, "Okay, take 1. Okay, and action, Larry. You know, hello, I cut." What is that? Me? What cut? Well, we didn't even. He says, "No. The camera jiggled. All right, it's okay. Take 2. Back to 1. Okay." You said, and they go, "Okay, wait a minute. I need another donut." See? Okay, very funny. Okay, yeah. Okay, so give me another donut. And I'm looking, I'm seeing the crew who's not working on the movies. They're stealing donuts from the bottom thing.
Of course.
I say, "Hey, get away. That's no, yeah. We may do 600 takes.
Yeah.
Right.
Back off.
Should
Okay." Again, because the movie is cursed, you know.
Right.
So, okay, so take 2. Blah, 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 blah. Cut. All right, now what? He said the camera just went off the dolly. Because it's one, you know, it's a dolly thing, you know, like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he says the camera just went off the dolly. I'd say, okay, fine. All right, let's take 3. And go, da. Cut. Now what? And there was something. Take 4, take 5, take 6, take 7, take 8, take 9.
Wow.
Something went wrong every fucking time.
Wow.
I never, in 9 takes, I never got through to the last line.
Oh, get out of here.
9 takes.
Damn.
So now everybody is thinking, holy cow, including me. I'm going, my God, there is a curse on this.
Yeah.
Okay, take 9. Larry, give me another. I'm running out of donuts, and I'm tired of eating them.
Not bad. I was gonna say.
So, you know, they're all glazed.
Donuts.
So, you know, and I'm on a diet, you know, and I don't like sugar. So it's cursing me in every way possible. Okay.
Sure.
But I'm getting, okay. So take 9. And I go, okay. And the only one who didn't cop to the fact that it's cursed, man, you could look at the crew members. They're going, holy cow, you know, this is real. Even the producers were, you know, worried. They were really worried. But Chris Columbus, now, hey, let's go. Take 9. Come on. Let's do this. Let's shoot this and get on with it. He didn't care. No, it wasn't cursed. We're making a movie. I thought that was really cool. He was totally not bothered. Boom. So he's all right, take 9. Okay, blah, 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 blah. And I hear this explosion above my head, and I'm showered with glass from the Klieg light. We're shooting on a set.
Whoa.
Exploded right above my face, and it showered me in glass.
Wow.
You know, that thin, you know, those big bulbs like that.
Yeah.
Showered me in glass all over me, all over the desk, all over. He said, okay. And Chris goes, all right, cut. All right, clean this up and let's get out of here. Come on, we'll do it again. So everybody took 10-minute break, and they're brushing off the table and everything. And there's a costume people and makeup people brushing me off. And all I'm saying is, I'm not going to sue. Don't worry. I'm not going to sue. You know, so they're brushing me off. They finally said, okay, let's just get back to it. All right, Larry, get in the scene. Give him a donut. Get him another donut. Okay. Another donut. Okay. And take 10. Blah, 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 blah. Rose, hyper on 2. Cut. That's a take. Put Larry in the limo. And I said, well, no, wait. He said, no waiting. We're contracted to have you in your bed by tonight. Get the fuck in the limo. Get him out of here. Get out of your cop's hat. So I said, no, I want to see what's going on. But I did rush off, and I got into my clothes. But I wanted to see what was so funny. Because when he yelled, cut, that's a take, print. Larry is released, get him in a limo. When he said that, I wanted to know what just happened, because when he said cut, everybody laughed. And on a set, you can't laugh until they yell cut, because they'll ruin the take. And if they yell cut and print, you got to hold it, and then you can laugh. Print, okay. So that's what they did. It was a held-in laugh, and then when he said, we got it. And I said, why did they laugh? On the other 9 takes, nobody laughed every time you said cut. Now they laughed when you said cut. But we got through the scene. So I said, why did they laugh? He said, because it's funny, Larry. I said, what's funny? He said, oh, you didn't see? You had a piece of the donut stuck on the phone. That's what they were like. Because I was looking, I was looking at the camera. I was working. I didn't know it. So I said, what? He said, yeah, a piece of the donut just stuck to your thing. I said, well, that's a mistake. He says, yeah, that's great. I said, let's do it again. And I insisted. I said, no, I want to do it again. Give me another donut. He says, no, we got it, Larry. Just get out of here, will you? And he's saying, just change your costume. We booked your flight. We got to get you to the airport. There's only one more flight. We got to get you back to LA. And I said, no, I want to know. He said, just change your costume, will you? So I said, okay, don't touch the tray. I said to him, don't touch the donut tray. Don't break it, okay? So I rushed it. I changed this, and they came back, and everybody said, what the fuck? What's with Larry? And so I run back, and I look at the tray. It was on a sound stage. And the lights, it exploded because it was so hot on the set that the glaze on the donut melted, acting as glue. That's what held the donut. It was a piece of the top.
Right.
And it just stuck. Because if you watch the big film, or maybe it was shortened, I couldn't watch. But not only is it funny when you cut to it, but because of I found this out later, because of the syrupy, glaze that was now glue, the thing was like, if this is the microphone, it didn't fall here.
No,
right.
It fell here.
Right.
Yeah.
So as I was talking and people were laughing at it, it was very slowly it wasn't falling. It was just still glued until finally it just was so heavy that it dropped. But that was what the kids were. It's like one piece, not only sticky, but that. So when I walk down the street now and people say, "Oh, there's that guy," because everybody watches it every Christmas. Or Thanksgiving. It's a holiday and families gather for it. The family runs over and the kids all say, how did you do that, Doc? How did you do that donut thing? Is it green screen? Did you have a string on it? And the fathers will say, yeah, how did you do that? What was that all about? And I'd have to explain to it. And I love doing it because it's the only time I'm interested in explaining to them what went on. It's just really weird. But that's the most famous crumb in movie history.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
You got to change the story, Larry, and tell people that that's a $5,000 CGI'd donut.
Right.
Yeah. They were breaking out CGI before.
We did that 10 times before we got it correct.
Exactly right.
We had to bring in AI. That was it turns out the AI was invented 10 years ago. Nobody knew about it, So I could say that. Totally. Oh no, it's longer than 10. No, that was in the 80s, 70s or 80s, right?
You can tell people this was Elon Musk's first company to get the donut to stick to the phone.
But everybody who's seen Home Alone, and that's like everybody all across the world. I'm big in India and Germany.
Oh yeah.
I get, was ist das? Krummel. Andas Fono. Okay. It's
it was a great.
I just said, no, I was just eating a donut, By the way, I had to eat 10 donuts. For your information.
Yes, lots of donuts.
Did you purge afterwards and do the Hollywood thing and bulimia?
No, I was
style?
too busy. Everybody's rushing me. Get him in a limo, and the limo was rushing to the airport because they had booked the plane. I mean, there was a schedule that had to be met. And son of a gun, if I didn't sleep in my own bed that night. The great part of the whole thing, which kind of wraps this all up, was that the reason that, okay, $10,000 was why I was doing it. But the second reason why I loved doing it was because of the codicil in the contract that said they had to get me back to sleep in my own bed, which was kind of a joke. But because of that joke, I didn't have to pack a thing. I could go, whatever I was dressed in, I hopped in a limo, I go there, put the costume on, put my clothes on, and go back home. So I spent the evening with my friends, and slept in my own bed.
That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right, Larry. So before we let you go, I want to put your book up on the screen. You can tell the folks where we get them.
Here's the book I'm pushing. This one is too new. It has no reviews out on it yet. So give it a chance. I mean, it's out there. It's on Amazon.com. It's also an electronic book. I think it's like $2 or $3 or something like that.
Beautiful.
So it's an electronic ebook. Or you can do, this is the one I'm pushing, because this one's got great reviews, and it's really about all the things that I've done. Home Alone is in there. Breaking Bad is in there. My improv days at Second City are in there.
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
All stuff, trains, planes, and automobiles. Great. All of the big ones for that guy. My name is Larry Hankin. It's a cautionary tale. The reason it's a cautionary tale is because it's a warning. If you want to be an actor, be prepared to not do whatever I did in the book. It's uncool. You'll be a star if you don't do what I did. Okay, guys. Hey, that was great.
Yes. Thank you again. That was amazing.
Okay.
Yes, Larry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay, I'll see you in another year or so, or however long.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. All right, bye. Thank you.
Take care, Larry. The one and only Larry Hankin, folks. Yes, YES. Go check out those books, folks.
Yes.
Yeah. We've read. I've read some excerpts from him. That guy is really cool. Gets into a lot of his career and stuff like that. All his iconic roles that we were going over earlier. Billy Madison, Home Alone. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I mean, he's been in everything.
I mean, Breaking Bad and El Camino. I forgot he was in El Camino, the follow-up movie to Breaking Bad. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Amazing. And not because he was on here, but he really is like a scene stealer, Every movie he's in or TV role he's in, he kind of steals the show, which is kind of cool. I did have a bunch more for the show, for the people, for our audience, but my bladder is full because we ran long there. What's up, Bobby?
Yeah, we're 11:47.
What's going on?
Yes, sir.
That was great, man. I tell you, some really interesting stories. Wow.
The one and only Larry.
Are you serious about the Home Alone 4 thing?
Yes and no.
Make that up.
I kind of made it up.
I heard about it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, there is a Home Alone 4. I looked it up. There is a Home Alone 4, but maybe they're making Home Alone 5 or 6 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw like one of those. I think it was like a meme thing where it's like Home Alone 4, and then I just kind of came up with a little backstory for it.
It'll be kind of like the sequel to Christmas Story, where the main character's now grown.
Yeah,
his son's doing that. That would be a cool concept if it's
such
real.
a great episode that was, man. Larry's the man.
Look how stoned Bobby got during the show, Chad. He started off.
I didn't get stoned. What are you talking about?
Well, now his eyes are open. I was just saying when we first started the show, his eyes were there, and then all of a sudden, Bobby, anything for Bobby's World?
I want to show one show that just came out on Apple TV. It's called Pluribus. Here's a scene from it.
Bobby's going to show us a scene from Pluribus, a new Apple TV show. I have no idea what it's about, but he was kind of, I think something to do with aliens. Add this right here.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yes. What about a bazooka? What about a tank? Oh, sure.
So these people, their hive mind, that's so actually asked for an atom bomb in that part too. and they say
I
they
was gonna
have
say,
to
yeah.
give it to her. She asked for it. They took over like the whole world, and the 86,000 people died in the process of it. And she's she's
And
one of 11
Spoiler
people.
alert. Do we have to
She's
do that
great.
for any of this?
No, because it's been out, it's pretty much out there.
The actress was in
storyline.
Better Call Saul too.
Yeah,
Great, yeah.
She's from Better. She does great in the show. I watched
Yes.
4 episodes of it so far. And as far as TV is concerned, there's been shit on TV. So like Stranger Things, this and the show I showed last week, Begonia, have been pretty good shows.
Rock on.
That I recommend.
Pluribus, folks. You heard it here
Check
from
it
the
out.
one and only Bob A. Check it out. Yeah, Chad and I have not checked it out yet, but we'll take his recommendation.
Apple TV does a lot of good shows. Severance was another good show they did.
I've heard that's good. Yeah, I've never gotten
Yeah.
Apple TV. I guess got to do that someday.
Well,
Ted
Severance
Lasso was on that, right?
Yeah, Ted Lasso. Severance is
Yeah.
cool. Like I watched the first season of it, but I got like 7 episodes in, and you're still like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they like? What's the point of it? And
It's like they're cutting themselves off every time they leave. You know, their whole work life is separate from their life.
No, I
their real life.
understand.
You know, yeah.
I was just
It's
wondering what
just
the point was.
Weird
and-
idea.
Yeah.
I think it shows how like people can be so like separate, separate like personalities, personality disorders,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
showing that aspect of things. A lot
Cool
of shows that
concept.
come out with a lot of truth. I'll tell you that. They're showing people what's going on. It's just up
Yeah,
to people.
preemptively.
Predictive programming. There you go.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, that's the truth.
All
right, guys.
All right, Bob A.
Thank you,
the
Bobby.
one and
All
only
right.
Bob
Take care,
A
buddy.
from Bob A's World. Yeah, so Chad and I were speaking earlier. We are coming up with some different formats for this program. We might give you a little extra time coming Tuesdays, but we're discussing that now and for the future. But a bunch of cool things. I believe next week we have a cool guest. I believe it's a TikToker. The name is evading me at the moment.
Tiffany.
Tiffany
Is that
with a
next week?
Y. Yes, I believe.
No, she's on the
that's
16th.
16th.
That's
So
right.
next week is somebody, but I don't. Let's see if I have
Look
it.
on the calendar.
Yeah. At least I
See
thought
here,
it
next week,
was.
9th. Oh, it's drumming up conversations back on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming on just to have a good time. Close out the year. They just had their episode 200.
Nice.
Chad and I were both on.
That's right.
Yeah. Carenza has a bunch of stuff on here, Chad. I almost want to ask her if she could save this for next week, but I don't know if she will remember to. And it.
Jared Leto is friggin' weirdo, man.
Let me see if I could. She like was posting something. I was like, "What? Here's a big one right here. Like, what does this say?" I'm just gonna read it real quick. I think I know who stole the throwing copper painting and who has been bothering live. Daughtry and a bunch of other people, famous and non-famous. They are usually South American. I found at UCLA the world's most wanted because they don't know medical and were trying to steal everything, including the famous medical center. I found all these fake doctors because they don't know a damn thing about medical and when they were once good. I took it from there. It leads to COVID. COVID was all about land grabs, commercial real estate. All one has to do is violate the Medical Privacy Act, HIPAA, and they have everyone's medical records. It's so many felonies. They are in everything, including travel. They use airline itineraries to stalk anyone who is anyone. I found one to try and even fake his death because he's a criminal and wanted to steal someone's identity and took out life insurance at every global corporation he worked for, as well as steal information. Chad Gracey. Carenza, that's a lot. And maybe you need to come on as a guest and explain that thing. Because I was reading some of it. I'm like, oh, maybe I could draw some parallels here and some conclusions there, but it's a lot for that little thing. And yeah, maybe you want to come on and be a guest one day because you put a lot of cool stuff in the chat. So something to unpack there. Mr. Gracey, any of that make sense to you or?
I don't know.
She kind of got into like
I don't know what she's talking about. The throwing coppers painting being stolen. We have one in the building, and then the other ones are owned by a private collector in Europe. So I don't know. Was that one stolen? Because the one in York is not stolen.
Right. That's what I was wondering. And yeah, they usually from South.
And then she says, Jared's very unique. Yeah, he's unique, all right.
Jared Leto.
Doesn't he have a fucking island where he brings like female, basically worshipers to come and like just hang out with him on this freaking island somewhere? Isn't that a thing? I believe so. Yes.
You would
and they pay to like come and hang out with him. Like,
wow. So he's actually getting people to pay themselves to get traffic to go to his island.
Yes, basically.
He's that cool.
Yeah.
Wow. God bless, man. To each their own.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly. Just to put what she set up there, did you guys notice everyone has been in lawsuits since the highly publicized lawsuit of $30 million to 30 Seconds to Mars? I met and worked with 30 Seconds to Mars several times. They're all very sweet. They are also victims. Yeah, Carenza, you definitely need to come on as a guest. You seem to have a lot of knowledge and hanging out with some cool people. So if you're ever down to clown, send me a DM. Send me a DM. Oh, yeah. And this is another thing, Chad, she was talking about. She's saying she bought a gold record from Live. And
yeah, we sold them on the website for a while.
Yeah.
We would sell gold records that were certified by the RIAA. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think she was saying hers was stolen and she's like tracking it now. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
I was trying to pay attention to Larry when she was typing all this stuff. But Carenza, yeah, maybe put all this stuff in a nice little DM for me and we'll dissect it. And if you ever want to come on as a guest, you have an open invite there. What else? Anything for the audience, Mr. Gracey?
I don't know.
Happy holidays.
Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving and getting ready for Christmas. I'm sure everyone's out there buying stuff for everybody.
We didn't talk about any political stuff this week again, dude.
Well, hey, it's all right.
Yes. So that's what.
I mean, one thing we did talk about at the beginning was, the left and now the media are making this big deal about the administration taking out all the drug boats, and the latest bullshit is that, there were 2 survivors in the water and they missiled them and blah blah blah. Anonymous source said so. It's like anonymous source. That's always the go-to. They still, they still do the same fucking playbook. Anonymous source said that this happened. They're like, 1, it's not even provable. 2, even if it did happen, why do you care so much?
Right.
You don't actually care about the human beings involved. You care about resisting Trump and trying to make him look bad. That's all you care about. That's the only reason you talk about it.
Yep.
Period. You don't stop with the fake humanity and like, we care about these drug dealer pieces of shit that are trying to bring fentanyl into our country and kill our own citizens. They will always, always, always side with the enemy, no matter whoever the enemy is. That's who the Dems side with.
Yeah. Well, and Chad, this anonymous source, like they're doing this in the middle of the ocean. Where was this source located to see?
Well, apparently there's a DOD anonymous source that saw the film.
Oh. Gotcha.
Because they're releasing, they release this footage periodically of a boat getting taken out.
Yeah.
But who knows if it even actually happened? Probably not.
And everything that I see is the boat is blown to smithereens. I mean, if anybody's surviving that, you better have, some kind of special powers.
My whole point is like, stop with the fake moral outrage about the drug trafficking human beings involved. You don't actually care about that.
Right.
All you care about is trying to get Trump. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you care about. And the administration. That's all you give a fuck.
100%.
Stop with your fake moral outrage. Sick of it.
100%. Yeah, starting to get annoying. But we're going to set this up. So like we said earlier, Chad and I have been spoken. We might make this show a little bit longer. We might take a bathroom break in between. This week, we're kind of not set up for it, but get ready for some more content from the Gracious 2. We are expanding. We are reaching larger audiences. We are still technically part of the Voice of People network. We'll see how long that continues or if we're looking for a new network. But as of now, we're in it to win it. So
Don't
let's
forget to throw
hope.
up our sponsors, baby.
Yes, good. Thank you, Mr.
Go to the
Frickin'
sponsors.
Gracey. Our sponsors are still Good Feels, Old Glory, and Eric Javits. If you scan that coupon code, it should bring you to those sites. And if you type in the Gracious 2, all one word, you will get 15 to 20% off, depending on which site. Good Feels is awesome. Those seltzers are great. Those drops are great. And then Old Glory, if you guys are into rock and roll memorabilia, they got some really cool stuff there, posters, t-shirts, stuff like that, which is dope. And then
Vintage,
the one and
as
only
they say.
vintage. And then the one and only Eric Javits, Miss Melania Trump. If it's good enough for her, it's good enough for us. Check them out. We do have reads on these, Chad, that will I'm going to print out for us so we could do an actual read on these instead of flying by the seat of our pants. We'll have that for next week.
Hey,
and then folks, check them out. People are going and using the coupon codes because we do get some word on that. So good stuff, folks. If anybody wants to come on and talk about some of the stuff they got and how they like it, we're all for that too. Don't forget, you can go to our website and leave voicemails if you don't want to come on the show and do a full appearance, but you got some stuff to say. You can go to thegracious2.com, leave a voicemail on there. We could play the audio version of that on the show. And blah, 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 blah. All fun stuff for the audience. We appreciate you guys. Sorry we weren't interacting with the chat so much the past 2 weeks, but we will next week, I promise.
And please like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yes.
All those good things. We like that.
Share, follow, all that stuff. Sharing is caring, folks. If you're listening to us, hit that share button. All right. Thanks for another Gracious Tuesday, audience. We shall see you soon.
Peace, everyone.